Hello guys, Riley here. I haven't made a video in a while, but I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna show you guys how to unlock Smoke in Mortal Kombat 3 on Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play. A lot of people have problems trying to unlock it. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure you are running custom firmware on your PSP. I'm sorry if it's not focusing. I'm holding this with my other hand. Normally I would put my phone on a stand or something, like from the other videos you guys saw, but my room is pretty much a disaster and I don't have anywhere to put my stand. I'll clean it up if I ever do a Mortal Kombat Let's Play, like when I did Mortal Kombat Deception on my PS Vita. I might do mk3 on PS Vita, I don't know. A lot of people wanted me to. People want me to do the Conquest mode on that. I suck at the Conquest mode. I just downloaded a save game. So let's go to System Settings. Let's go to System Information. As you guys can see, System Software 6.61 Pro C. So I am running custom firmware. If you don't know how to run custom firmware, what you do is you download it, you plug your computer in, you plug your PSP into the computer with a USB cord, and then first you have to go to USB connection and click on that, and once it's plugged into your computer, it will actually start to work with a USB cable. It will recognize it. So then you put the game, you put the custom firmware onto a memory stick, and then it'll look like this. If you have this custom firmware, just press X. Don't worry, guys. Normally it'll show the PSP screen like da-na-na. The reason it doesn't show it is because I went into the settings and turned it off to save time, and then you'll get this screen. You want to press X, and it'll download it and everything. It'll run it, and there we go. Custom firmware is now running. Now, normally, when your PSP starts up, it'll have like the loading screen, like da-na-na-na-na. And when a game starts, like PSP will appear. I turned it off to save time. If you have custom firmware, you can do that. Then once you're done that, you want to basically create a folder on your PSP called SC Plugins if you don't have it already. And once you're done that, basically you want to download a program called CW Cheat, and you want to put it into your SC Plugins folder. You want to put all the files in the folder in there and everything. And then once you're done that, you want to press Select, because once you press Select, a custom firmware menu will come up called Pro VSH. You want to go to Recovery menu. You want to scroll down to Plugins, and you want to enable CW Cheat. These are other things I have. Oh yeah, you're gonna get two folders. You're gonna get two files: CW Cheat, which is the game, and then CW Cheat Pops. You want both of those enabled. I have Pops Loader. It's a basic thing that everyone pretty much has on their PSP. Press Select, get out of that, and then once you're done that, you want to go to the actual game itself. I actually have bought this game. I downloaded it on the PlayStation Store on my PSP. So, yeah. You can also just download a ROM for it, but, I mean, I know it's illegal, but, you know, I know a lot of people have done that in the past. And then once it starts up, of course, we want to go to Mortal Kombat 3 because that's the game we're using. And once that appears, you want to hold Select down, and the cheat menu will appear. And you can actually go to Select Cheats, and I have 4 cheats down here, which is MK1, Player 1, Infinite Health, MK2, Infinite Health, MK3, Infinite Health, and we have Unlock Smoke. So, let's enable that. And every time you start the game, you're going to have to go into this screen and enable cheats, because as soon as you leave the game, it turns off the cheats. So, I'll show you. So, if I press Y, the cheat's enabled. And if I click Exit Game, and if I go back to the game, I'll have to do that again. So, every time you start any game up, you're going to have to bring this menu up again. But, as you guys can see, we have Smoke now. Now, there are other ways to unlock smoke, but they are hard. The other way to unlock smoke is to get your friend to use his, is to make sure your friend has a PSP, and you start a multiplayer game, and that you both have the same game. Basically, your friend defeats you, and when this screen appears and says press start, just wait for the numbers to go down. And then basically you have to type in an ultimate combat code, so basically you have to type like low punch this many times. I think the code is like 102. It's like 109222234. And basically your friend has to do, you and your friend both have to do the code together, because how it works is, because it's an arcade game, basically the first player types in a certain half of the code, and then the second player types in the other half. So basically, if your friend's going to have to do it with you, and only your PSP gets smoke. So basically, if your friend also wanted smoke, you have to do it twice. That's the other way to unlock him, but it's like the hardest way you can do it. This is the way easier way to do it. So basically what you have to do is, if you want to do this by yourself, and you do not... So basically, the only other way to unlock him without doing this is to either get your friend to do it with you, or you have two PSPs and you try to do it yourself. Now, doing it by yourself is going to be hard, because you have to type in the code like within a 10-second timer. So basically, you have to search up the code, look at it, and memorize where your buttons are on your thing, and press them while looking at the code. And then your friend is also going to have to do the other half of the code, because how it works is, since it was an arcade game, player 1 types in a certain amount of the code, and player 2 types in the other amount, and basically you both are going to have to do the code. And you have to know which buttons to press, like low punch, low kick, high kick, block, and run, which is L, R, X, square, circle, and triangle. So you're going to have to figure that out. So this is by far the easiest way to unlock smoke without having to make sure your friend has a PSP. It is time consuming, but it's better than having... And if your friend doesn't have a PSP, then the only other way you're going to do it is if you start a game, you play against yourself. If you have like a second PSP, if you own a second PSP, and you have the same game on both of them, and you're basically going to have to like hurry up and type the code, put your other PSP down, and bring up the other one and type the code again. It's just, this is the easiest way to do it. And since I don't know any of my friends who have a PSP except Pablo Salamanca, if you ever heard of him before, I know he has a PSP, but I don't think he has that game. Midway Arcade Treasures. So I just decided to never do it, because I don't know if he has the game or not. If I knew he had the game, I would have done it. So I just did this on my own. But yeah, haven't done a video in a long time. Anyone who hasn't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'm trying to beat Mythical Taco or LM Vlogs to 100 subs. So yeah, see ya.